Hey man, this is Nick from Stridewise.com. It's a website and YouTube channel where we look at casual and durable boots and menswear. And boots are supposed to be able to endure just about anything except for that most mundane of minerals, salt. I got salt stains on my boots walking around a bunch of snow in Canada, and I didn't really know what to do because I thought it was relatively simple to get salt stains out of boots. I thought it was very common, but I actually went to a shoe refurbishing guy at the Vancouver airport and he said, these boots are done, there's nothing you can do. So I almost gave up on these kangaroo leather boots from Grant Stone, but my friend David at Shellvedge said that he thought he could bring them back to life for me. So Shellvedge is a YouTube channel and a person, Dave, who is very, very good at leather care and leather refurbishing, like better than I am. And I thought, I didn't want to risk destroying my own boots, so I sent him my boots. And this video is how to get salt stains out of your leather boots. So take it away, Dave, and thanks for your help. I needed it.
Yo, what's up, Nick? Appreciate you having me back here to hang out with the Stridewise gang. My name is David, and I run the channel by the name of Shellvedge. That has an Instagram account by the same name. Let's talk about what we're looking at here. So, Nick, I was actually scrolling through your Instagram feed, and you made a post showing these kangaroo boots from Grant Stone that have salt stains all over them. And I think you asked like what you should do. One cobbler told you to just like throw them out or they were done. And I think Ben from Stitch Down told you to eat the boots. We both had a better idea, and that's that you would send them to me and I'm gonna restore them for you. I love how you just kind of like epitomized the thought process of like just wear the boots, wear your shoes. That's what they're meant for. Obviously, you don't want this to be the outcome of wearing them, but I find it all too, common and often that folks buy boots that are extremely rugged, resilient, and meant to like last a lifetime, but kind of baby them and are afraid to just wear them as they're meant to be worn. And that's definitely what I try to do with all of mine. Sometimes I just have too many to actually do that. But I love that, for better or worse, some shoes are gonna end up looking like this, and all we can do is care for them the best we can and get them back into the rotation so we can continue enjoying them. Let's jump into that salt bath. We're diving right into this bath. Quick disclosure, don't come crying to Nick or I if you damage your boots after watching this, because this is not a how-to or an instructional video. This is merely entertainment about how me, David, did this for a friend, Nick, the owner of the boots. If you have to clean a pair of boots that have salt or water damage, I highly recommend you seek professional advice, both psychologically and for the boots, and follow that guidance. Enjoy. Let's continue. The hot water bath really is geared to accomplish two main things: break down that salt stain that has worked its way into the leather, and then clean that out. So we have two main components in addition to the hot water. That's going to be hydrogen peroxide and dish soap. All I'm doing is filling up the bathtub with normal hot water, a couple of sprays of each, and then going to spot clean with these brushes. The key here is that the leather gets fully submerged and fully, saturated with this cleaning solution, as the stain has probably made its way all the way through the leather. So we need to also get this leather fully saturated so the cleaning product gets all the way into the stain. Now that the leather is fully saturated, I'm going to go ahead and take this like spatula spoon type brush, as well as this small pig bristle brush, and really kind of double click or focus in on the areas of the boot that have the sharpest or, deepest stains. As you can see, even though the boot is super wet, after I scrubbed it, a lot of those stains are already disappearing. A little bit right here. Kind of brush it out. A little bit still right there. As you brush, you can see a lot of that start to come right out of the boot. All right, so let's get these stuffed with some tissue paper, lace them up, and now we're gonna go ahead and just wrap them in this towel that we used on the first pair, just to kind of keep them nice and clean. Now I'm going to let these boots dry at least 12 to 24 hours, because before I do anything else, I really want to see what the result is after this leather has fully dried. I don't want to mistake any leather that's still saturated for a stain that's left, when maybe it's just the leather hasn't fully dried yet. 12 or 24 hours later, we're going to come back and see how these look. All right, so the boots have had overnight to dry, and let's check them out. I think overall you can see they're looking actually pretty good. Everything in good shape along the edge there a bit, but the toe continues to look like it has that stain on it, so we're gonna give it another round. Ultimately, I took this left boot through this cleaning process twice. I did the right boot 3 times, but that was really because I was kind of like half-ass cleaning the right boot. I wasn't really sure what I was doing the first time around, and because of that, I didn't fully commit to the process, and that meant like mediocre results, which is understandable. You're kind of nervous whenever you're doing this to a pair of boots or leather because you don't want to ruin it, beyond what it may already be ruined. Either way, after this third cycle on the right boot and the second cycle on the left, the next step is going to be the conditioning, and that's because you just took these boots and this leather through a very rigorous cleaning process with some pretty abrasive products. So you really need to get that leather back to neutral now that it has a lot of acidic properties into the leather. You want to get it back to neutral because a neutral leather from a pH balance standpoint is a leather that's going to kind of maximize how long it lasts. So now let's condition these, get this finished up, and kind of recap, a much more concise version of this process. Now, what I'm going to use to condition this, the cleaner conditioner from Pure Polish Products, because I'm a sucker for good Pure Polish products.
This is your company though?
No, this is Andy. I'm not involved in this at all.
Oh, okay. All right.
Obviously, any high quality leather conditioner will do the trick, but especially after such like an extensive and repeated cleaning like we put these through, you definitely want to give it a good conditioning and make sure that that leather is rejuvenated and ready for the elements again. Just don't stain these again, Nick, because I'm not doing this again. All right, let's brush these off and then condition them. One thing that you may notice, you probably will comment, but the right boot is a touch darker right now than the left boot, and a touch darker than when I got these boots. That's, in my perspective, like perfectly not just acceptable, but expected, because, in reality, when you put the boots through, a real salt bath that Nick put them through, the leather is going to dry out, and then they sat for a number of months in his closet while those salt stains really just kind of dug their nails into the leather. But, the leather was dry. When you hydrate the leather, it's going to darken. That's because you're taking a leather from kind of unbalanced back to balanced. Normally, a high quality conditioner isn't always going to darken the leather, but in this specific use case, you would expect it, and it definitely should. Now, it may even look more exaggerated as we're putting the conditioner on here, but, after it dries out, it's going to kind of even out and going to look perfect. I know what you guys may be thinking, that it looks like I'm doing an absolute awful job at applying this conditioner evenly, but I would agree. Part of it is just that I am not too worried how it looks right now, because I know that this boot is rather dry for all the reasons I mentioned earlier, and my main concern is just getting a nice, not generous, but complete application across the entire boot, and it's going to evaporate and even out over the dry time, and we'll kind of make sure that the final coating, if I need to apply a second one, really gets evenly and beautifully applied. Now, one thing I am going to do is just get into those laces. The easiest way to do that, at least for me right now, because I don't know where my other brush is we're gonna brush it on. All right, we're into those laces. Let's just get that out of the way because that was painful to do. All right, so if we just do a quick evaluation here, yeah, of course the left boot is definitely still drying, but you can see hopefully that the color of the leather is starting to even out between the left and the right boot. Now, admittedly, there's, a few kind of battle scars, I would say, still alive on this right one, but let's just be honest. I think after Nick's wear and care of this pair of boots, he deserves to wear a few, remaining scars of the battle that he calls wearing his pairs of Grant Stone boots around New York City. So you can see on the tongue that I just lathered up less than 5 minutes ago, and it was looking super, super nasty and dark and splotchy. It's already really kind of dried out. Let's give this a quick brushing. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get these laces back in. It just makes life a bit easier, especially when brushing and even applying conditioner, just for this to all kind of be tightened up. And at this point, we don't need to hold these back anymore. So we're going to do one more round. This time we're gonna definitely be a bit more cautious and conservative in how much we apply, but let's get started. Now you can see that I'm paying special attention to the vamp, to the creases, because those are the high stress areas and that's where the worst of the staining was. So I want to make sure that the areas that I kind of, went at the hardest gets the most care, rejuvenation, all that fun kind of stuff. No plans on doing like a mirror shine or a high shine or anything like that on this pair of boots. The reason that I'm applying this wax finish to the toe and the heel is really just to kind of accomplish two things. First, build the finish back up over the entire boot. We stripped and gave a rigorous cleaning all over this leather. There's top layers of finish over leather, and you want to kind of make sure that you build that back up so that you're protecting both like the pH balance of the leather, but also just, the main fibers of the leather. The other part is just a kind of extra added layer of protection on the toe and the heel to kind of protect it from the normal daily scuffs and scratches, but no kind of high shine, mirror shine, or anything kind of beyond what you're seeing right here. Really just kind of building up it back to a normal equal playing field so that it can kind of withstand, the different journeys and excursions from Nick. Yeah, there you got it. Here they are. Now, are they perfect? Probably not. Are they better than new? Maybe, because new boots are great, but in reality, the thing that we love about boots is being able to make them our own. Unique to the wear, the experiences, the break-in, the fit, the feel, the patina, and this is kind of the epitome of all of those now. Now, I can't speak for Nick, but honestly, I think these are back into a condition that's more than wearable. The leather is perfectly safe to wear, safe to use. It's not going to fall apart, fingers crossed. Yeah, quickly, the overall process that we followed here: evaluate the boots, brush them off, give them a gentle cleaning just so that you can really kind of see the leather and understand or evaluate what it is that you're actually dealing with and what you need to care for. If you're not sure what to do, kind of consult a leather expert, a shoe care expert. Definitely ask questions first and then take the action. Once you figure that out, we kind of determined regular cleaner's not going to do it. Let's jump in the bath with them, figuratively speaking. We figured out that we needed to kind of give these the salt care bath, which is not containing salt, but it's to care for salt. That was hot water, hydrogen peroxide, and dish soap. About like 50-50 on the hydrogen peroxide and the dish soap, and then a whole bunch more on the actual hot water. Kind of turn them upside down, dunk them, turn them right side back up, stuff them full of tissue paper, let them dry overnight, evaluate it, repeat it. You're really gonna see whether or not those stains are coming out, and then you really just have to kind of react and then kind of narrow the focus of where you're massaging and brushing those stains out with tools like this. After that's all done, you're happy with the level of stain removal. You wanna grab a good high quality conditioner such as this, generously apply it, make sure that leather gets back to kind of that normal pH balance, which is exactly what you want the leather to be in so that it doesn't disintegrate or fall apart. That's kind of how you get leather to last its longest, is being in a neutral state. That's where we got these. Put a little wax on the toe and the heel just to kind of protect them and build that finish back up that you're used to seeing on a nice pair of boots like this. And that's about it. They're heading back to Nick. Hopefully these don't come back to me ever again, because I'm not going to remove any more stains from them. Thanks, Nick. Really appreciate the opportunity to kind of hang out with the Stridewise gang, and I hope you enjoy the boots.